Good day, parents, guardians, students, colleagues. My name is Mr. Remike. I'm the examinations coordinator for Guilds High School, and today we're just doing like a short video to explain some things regarding the upcoming City and Guilds Diagnostic Test. First of all, the original date that was scheduled, which was September 28th, has been rescheduled. This is for a number of reasons. One, we wanted to give the students additional time to prepare. We know that they just started the school term in about mid-September, and already this huge exam is upon them. So we wanted to give them some additional time, an extra few days to prepare. In addition to that, we have recognized that we have still not seen or heard from a number of our grade 11 students that should be doing this exam. So we'll be using this week to reach out to these students and the parents to find out exactly what is happening and if they will be returning to the institution for this term. Alright, so as such, we have rescheduled this exam, or City and Guilds diagnostic exam, until October 5th. This is a Tuesday. Alright, so all other protocols still remain the same. Alright, so we already know that City and Guilds exams are important, right? Our aim is for all our students to be achieving stage 3 or stage 2 for this exam, right? Meaning from the grades that the students will be getting for this diagnostic test, they should be scoring high to mid range, so that they can get a stage 3, which will be the equivalent of a C-Sec pass in math and English, or a stage 2, which can still take them out into the working world. Stage 1 can still get you a job, but to be at a lower qualification level, so we're trying to avoid that. So we're working with stage 2 and stage 3. Alright, so we want the students to work extra hard to ensure that they get a best grade score as possible, so that we can match them with the appropriate stage. Alright, so let's look over some of the notes that were posted in the poster that was given. Just want to discuss it briefly. First of all grade 11 students must sit these exams on the date and time specified. There will be no other sitting for this exam. Right? Bear in mind that in order to make this diagnostic exam take place on October 5th, we will have to clean and sanitize up to about 10 to 12 rooms, because we know that we can only have 20 students per room. We will have to get a set of invigilators for these 10 to 12 rooms for one set of exams. And we'll have to get another set of teachers to invigilate for the other exam, which would follow, right? So that means that there would have to be about 20 something teachers that would have to come into the school specifically for this exam, when they have other classes that will be going on. So they would have to leave work for those other classes while they make their way to school to do these exams, right? So on that note, we can't really schedule another day to sit other exam, because we know that some students might turn up another day with a reason, valid reason mind you, that they couldn't sit the exam, and this might be difficult for us to place a date or schedule a date at that time. So we're encouraging all students to come out on October 5th, that's a Tuesday, to sit these math and English. All grade 11 students are to come out on October 5th to sit the math and the English City and Guilds diagnostic exams. Secondly, students must sit the diagnostic exam before they are registered. So it is the grade that we get from the diagnostic exam that we will use to register the students in the appropriate grade. So if they don't sit the exam, we don't have a grade to register them, and they can't be registered any at all for the City and Guilds. Alright, bear in mind as well, we need to mark these exams internally and then send the grades to the ministry so that they can sign off on the subsidy, because as mentioned before, grade 11 students sitting these exams, if they get placed in stage 2 or stage 3, the government will pay for them under the subsidy program, right? So these lists have to be sent off within a reasonable time shortly after the exams are done. So with all of this collectively put together, it means that we have to do one proper sitting for this exam. So we trust and hope that you understand this. Thirdly, all students must follow the COVID-19 safety protocols in place at the school, including wearing masks at all times and keeping social distance at all times. This means that once you come through the school gate and onto the school compound, it means that you must follow the guidelines. It means that you must social distance up to 6 feet apart. It means that you must wear your mask at all times throughout the entire time that you're on the campus. If you need a moment to breathe, we encourage you to move to a further section away from everybody else, so you can remove your mask for a few seconds or a few minutes. Take some deep breaths, get your body back in shape, and then put on back your mask. Alright, this is something that will be enforced at all points. So from the moment you come through the gate, these are the rules. You wash and sanitize at the gate. When you get to the exam area, you sanitize as well. Sit, do your exam, keep on your mask, follow all of these. Alright. Next thing on the agenda, students must wear regular school uniform. Let's bear in mind, this is a school day, this is a school event, these exams are school related events, so students coming to school must wear their school uniform. Alright, we know that it's September, so our students would have had their uniforms made already from August, coming closer to the beginning of the school year. So we know that most of our students should have their proper school uniforms in place. That being said, we understand and we accept that there are some students who might not have had their uniforms prepared as yet. Alright, and the principal and the form teachers and grade coordinators would have been in communication with some of these students, so we understand that there are a few others that we might not know about. So on that note, we encourage the parents to write a letter. If you are a child that you don't have your uniform and you have to come out to do this exam, we encourage your parents write a letter indicating the exact reason why the uniforms aren't prepared as yet. Please indicate on this letter the parent's name, the child's name, and a contact telephone number for the parent. Because what this means now is that we have to compare this number with what we have on file. Now we have to give the parent a call to verify that what is said on the letter is in fact true. Alright, we don't want a situation where students just want to wear clothes because they can. Alright, we need them to be in proper uniform because this is a school related event. Alright. Next thing, the hairstyles must be appropriate. Let's remember we are going to school. You are students, you're going to school. Right? The hairstyles must be appropriate, and what we call appropriate is what will fall normal under regular school circumstances with school were in place. So it means that boys should have short cut hair with no styling or coloring. Girls would have a regular cream, natural or jerry curls. Alright, we are discouraging the braids and the wigs and the extension. We understand that if it's possible that you have it in, please pull it back and make it seem as natural or as not as obvious as possible. Alright, we don't want anything loud or vulgar, any coloring, anything like that. Right, anything that is inappropriate, we are against that. Alright, bear in mind as well that all regular school rules will apply on this day. Alright, failure to follow any of these rules will result in disciplinary action by the school. Alright, so students, encourage you to come out on October 5th for your City and Guilds Diagnostic exams. Please read all the rules that are set in place, and bear in mind again, on this day we will be giving out the CSEC exam papers to show which subjects you're doing, how much you need to pay, and everything. So you need to collect that at the school on that day along with the bank voucher as well. Alright, thank you very much for listening, and have a blessed and safe day.